नमस्कार. जय श्रीकृष्ण. श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्त वृंदा. Rejuvenating Text 6 and Text 7 of Chapter 1, The Activities of Maharaj Priyavrat of 5th Canto, The Creative Impetus of Srimad Bhagavatam. Text 6. Yarahi Vavah Rajan स राजपुत्रः प्रियव्रतः परम भागवतो नारदस्य चरणोप सेवयान जसाव गत परमार्थ सततत्वो ब्रह्मसत्रेण दीक्षिष्यमाणो अवनीतल परिपाल नायामनाथ प्रवरगुण गणैकांत भाजंतया स्वपित्रोपा मंत्रितो भगवती वासुदेव एवाव्यवधान समाधि योगेन सकल कारकक्रिया कलापो नैवाभ्य नन्द्यद्यपि तद प्रत्याम नात्व्यम तदधिकरण आत्मनो अन्यस्माद सतोऽपि पराभव मनवीक्षमाणः. Shukdev Goswami continued, My dear king, King Priyavrat was a great devotee. Because he sought the lotus feet of Narad, his spiritual master, and thus achieved the highest perfection in transcendental knowledge. With advanced knowledge, he always engaged in discussing spiritual subjects and did not divert his attention to anything else. The Priyavrat's father then asked him to take charge of ruling the world. He tried to convince Priyavrat that this was his duty as indicated in the revealed scriptures. Prince Priyavrat, however, was continuously practicing Bhakti Yoga by constantly remembering the Supreme Personality of Godhead, thus engaging all his senses in the service of the Lord. Therefore, although the order of his father could not be rejected, the prince did not welcome it. Thus, he very conscientiously raised the question of whether he might be diverted from devotional service by accepting the responsibility of ruling over the world. Srila Narottam Das Thakur has sung Chadiya Vaishnava Seva Nistara Paeche Keva. Without serving the lotus feet of a pure Vaishnava or spiritual master, no one has ever attained perfect liberation from material bondage. Prince Priyavrat regularly served the lotus feet of Narad, and thus the prince perfectly understood transcendental subjects in truth. Satvataha. The word Satvataha means that Priyavrat knew all the facts about the spirit soul, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and the relationship between the spirit soul and the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and he also knew all about this material world and the relationship of the spirit soul and the Supreme Lord within this material world. Thus the prince decided to engage himself only in rendering service to the Lord. When Priyavrat's father Swayambhuva Manu requested him to accept the responsibility of ruling over the world, he did not welcome his suggestion. This is the symptom of a great liberated devotee. Even though engaged in worldly affairs, he does not take pleasure in them, but remains always absorbed in the Lord's service. While thus serving the Lord, he deals externally with worldly affairs without being affected. For example, although he has no attraction for his children, he cares for them and educates them to become devotees. Similarly, he speaks to his wife with affectionate words, but he is not attached to her. By rendering devotional service, a devotee acquires all the good qualities of the Supreme Lord. Lord Krishna had 16,000 wives, all of them very beautiful, and although he dealt with each of them as a beloved husband, he was never attracted or attached to any of them. In the same way, although a devotee may enter family life and act very affectionately towards his wife and children, he is never attached to these activities. This verse states that by serving a spiritual master, Prince Priyavrat very soon attained the perfection in Krishna's consciousness. This is the only way to advance in spiritual life. As stated in the Vedas, Yasya deve para bhaktir yatha deve tatha gurau tasyaite kathita hi arthaha prakashante mahatmanah. If one has unflinching faith in the Supreme Lord and the spiritual master, the essence of all Vedic knowledge is revealed to him. Shvetasvatara Upanishad 6.23. A devotee always thinks of the Lord continuously. While chanting the Hare Krishna mantra, the words Krishna and Hare immediately remind him of all the Lord's activities. Since his entire life is engaged in the service of the Lord, a devotee cannot forget the Lord at any moment. Just as an ordinary man always engages mind in material activities, a devotee always engages his mind in spiritual activities. This is called Brahma Satrain, or meditating upon the Supreme Lord always. Prince Priyavrat was perfectly initiated into this practice by Sri Narad. Text 7. Athah bhagva nadi deva etasya guna visargasya paribrum hananu dhyan vyavasita sakal jagad bhipraya atmayonira khila nigam nijagana pariveštitah svabhavana davatattar. Shri Shukdev Goswami continued, the first created being and most powerful demigod in this universe is Lord Brahma, who is always responsible for developing universal affairs. Born directly from the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he dedicates his activities to the welfare of the entire universe, for he knows the purpose of the universal creation. This supremely powerful Lord Brahma, accompanied by his associates and the personified Vedas, left his own abode in the highest planetary system and descended to the place of Prince Priyavrat's meditation. Lord Vishnu, the Supreme Self Atma, is the source of everything, as explained in the Vedanta Sutra Janmadi Asya Yataho. Because Brahma was born from Lord Vishnu directly, he is called Atma Yoni. He is also called Bhagwan. Although Bhagwan generally refers to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Vishnu or Lord Krishna. Sometimes great transcendentalists such as demigods like Lord Brahma, Narad and Lord Shiv are also addressed as Bhagwan because they carry out the purpose of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Lord Brahma is called Bhagwan because he is the secondary creator of this universe. He is always thinking of how to improve the situation of the conditioned souls who have come to this material world to enjoy material activities. For this reason, he disseminates Vedic knowledge throughout the universe for everyone's guidance. Vedic knowledge is divided into two parts, Pravritti Marga and Nivritti Marga. Nivritti Marga is the path of negating sense enjoyment, and Pravritti Marga is the path by which the living entities are given a chance to enjoy and at the same time are directed in such a way that they can go back home, back to Godhead. Because ruling over the universe is a great responsibility, Brahma must force many Manus in different ages to take charge of universal affairs. Under each Manu, there are different kings who also execute the purpose of Lord Brahma. It is understood from previous explanations that the father of Dhruv Maharaj, King Uttanpad, ruled over the universe because his elder brother Priyavrat practiced austerity from the very beginning of his life. Thus, up to the point of the Prachetas, the kings of the universe were descendants of King Uttanpad Maharaj. Since there were no suitable kings after the Prachetas, Swayambhuva Manu went to the Gandha Mandan hill to bring back his eldest son Priyavrat, who was meditating there. Swayambhuva Manu requested Priyavrat to rule over the universe. When he refused, Lord Brahma descended from the highest planetary system called Satyalok to request Priyavrat to accept the order. Lord Brahma did not come alone. He came with other great sages like Marichi, Atreya and Vasishtha to convince Priyavrat that it was necessary for him to follow Vedic injunctions to accept the responsibility of ruling over the universe. Lord Brahma also brought with him the personified Vedas, his constant associates. A significant word in this verse is Svatvatah, indicating that Lord Brahma descended from his own abode. Every demigod has his own abode. Indra, the king of the demigods, has his own abode, as do Chandra, the lord of the moon planet, and Surya, the predominating deity of the sun planet. There are many millions of demigods and the stars and planets and their respective homes. This is confirmed in Bhagavad Gita, Yanti Devavrata Devan. Those who worship demigods go to their different planetary systems. Lord Brahma's abode, the highest planetary system, is called Satyalok or sometimes Brahmalok. Brahmalok usually refers to the spiritual world. The abode of Lord Brahma is called Satyalok because Lord Brahma resides there. It is also sometimes called Brahmalok. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.